The hot dog house was a huge success despite the colder than average temperatures. The Frankies went an extra mile to make sure their inaugural hosting of this event was more than welcoming to the community. A projector was set up to display videos onto multiple screens placed on windows and garage doors. At times, waves of trick-or-treaters created lines for hot dogs, but the wait times were considerably less than Kearney's McDonald's. A large fire pit made of cinder blocks, bricks, and pavers provided helpers a break from the cold and offered temporary warmth for visitors who ate their hot dogs on site. Approximately 600 hot dogs were served, which was a significant amount to draw that type of traffic with the frigid air. Some residents expressed their disbelief and anger over a $100,000 project and expenses to enhance the Kearney Amphitheater with a new archway at the entrance and a pavilion for ticket collectors. Without a formal entryway, Park Director Eric Marshall said an archway was a high priority for the Parks Department. With this new archway, we will have an actual sign that is lit to depict the amphitheater, end quote. So let me think about this. The reason the amphitheater is losing revenue is because potential spectators couldn't find an entrance? Well, that makes sense to me. Hell, I would be happier with restrooms that mimic a rest area or even a bar and grill piss trough. Remember, I was the one escorted out of the amphitheater concert once for peeing alongside the timberline. The Johnny on the spots are as close to waiting in a septic tank as I want to imagine. The concerts are poorly attended. Jesse James Festival hasn't been crowded in recent years. The rodeo attendance was scarce, and the bull riders, remember, they didn't even show up to Orchlands to meet with fans. The Oktoberfest had a couple nursing home visitors. The only event that draws a respectful crowd is the Demolition Derby. But the drunk people have no problem finding the entrance. It's the seating they can never find. So let's put $100,000 towards the bleachers. If you saw green fireballs shooting across the sky, you might not be alone. NASA officials, along with the Department of Defense representatives, visited Kearney on Tuesday to discover why residents were seeing such a phenomenon. After interviewing several witnesses to the display in the sky, the common exposure to these observers was the sweet tea at Casey's. A slime located inside the tea container was tested positive to a known source that causes hallucinations, oftentimes associated with flashing green lights trailing through the night skies. The issue has been corrected with proper sanitation practices. Now, this is a week late, so my apologies. However, I promised bartender Teresa Kays at Fat Boys I would reach out for your help to happily return a zombie head that was stolen from inside the women's restroom. The head was wedged up into ceiling tiles. This zombie head assisted some females with constipation as it scared the you-know-what right out of them. A sign within the establishment had a message for the zombie head thief that a spell was placed on this guilty person. Now, there won't be any charges pressed for whoever stole this. The only interest is having the head returned anonymously on the doorstep. A suspect wanted in connection to a homicide committed suicide when pulled over by local authorities, which closed down 92 highway earlier this week. Now, I'm not interested in covering the details of this story as much as I'm interested in early speculation that there was someone shot at Porter Ridge Apartments. Yes, there are statistics that may support that lower income individuals are more likely to commit some types of crimes. But not everyone at Porter Ridge is a felon nor a drug dealer. I've known good people who live there, providing them a place to live in a good community with lower rent. Now, growing up, I learned that friendships were based on one's character and commonalities that didn't include income. There were a couple of fortunate youth hunters this weekend. Congratulations on a successful harvest. Thank you for watching this week's Kearney News. Please enjoy the remainder of your Sunday.